People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. This one is called When Me Talk, No Dog Bark. People actually listen to this channel. This is not the hype channel. This is the Get Results channel. Now, the other day I spoke about a situation as it pertains to a man. His name is Michael Kelly. Must have done maybe 4 or 5, maybe more videos about his situation as it pertains to him turning over his house to a real estate agent / lawyer, Tanya Crooked Walters Crooked Powell. This was back in 2018. That house was sold for $10.5 million. To this date, Mr. Michael Kelly has not received a cent. He took it to courts, specifically the GLC, General Legal Counsel, which is supposed to be the regulatory body that monitors crooked lawyers such as Tanya Walters Powell. However, it seems as if there's some sorts of conspiracy with the GLC and certain lawyers in Jamaica. They are in bed together. So therefore, the duty that they swore to uphold, they are doing the polar opposite. Pretty much, they was giving this person, the victim, the runaround. This lady claimed that she sold his property. However, the account was hacked and the money was sent to the wrong account. Remember, she spoke to Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly gave her his account and she sent it to an account that she decided to send it to. So therefore, she was liable, responsible for sending it to a different place. Whether or not the amount of money, $10.5 million, was hacked and sent to a foreign account, that is yet to be determined. Pretty much, there's a stalemate. This man is still waiting to get justice from the GLC. The GLC and the lady, the lawyer, Tanya Crooked Walters Crooked Powell, to turn over the proceeds of the selling of this man's house. However, it is now in appeal. The GLC ordered that she pay him back at 3% annual. However, she appealed it, so therefore it is still in the process. The GLC, maybe about a couple of weeks ago, responded to this man after all this time and said that there's a court date for the appeals hearing on the 17th of November 2023, which is short a couple of weeks from a year. Now, people, in this case, there were a couple of persons that came and gave testimony. One of those persons, our body, was the fraud squad. However, it seems as if the fraud squad was not really investigating because pretty much they came to court and it seems as if they were in defense of this lady. Best or worst case is that they did not do their investigation. So therefore, they could not back up the fact that this lady defrauded this man. They did not have anything to really help this man, and they did no sorts of investigation. So therefore, if this is the body or one of the bodies that investigate fraud, you hear what them name, the fraud squad, did not do their job, how do they expect victims to get justice? What is their goal? What is their motive? Who do they represent if it is not the victims of fraud? So people, like me tell you, I did about 5, 6, 7 videos. Me not remember, I stopped counting. However, I did a video maybe a couple of days ago and I spoke about a lawyer that I spoke about that lives overseas, also has a license to practice in Jamaica. He represents a very big law firm in America. He said that as soon as he gets a time, he is going to put together a class action lawsuit along with over 20 odd people, victims, such as Michael Kelly, whose story is like a repeat. The same experience through the GLC, which is not good. Injustice, fraud, cronyism. These are supposed to be lawyers and investigators. I spoke about them, and I spoke that there's going to be a class action lawsuits, including the GLC, indirectly the government of Jamaica, Tanya Walters Powell, and all lawyers and investigators in all of these bodies, including the fraud squad, Mocha, whoever, the government of Jamaica, everybody is going to be included. People, lo and behold, Mr. Michael Kelly got an email the other day. If you look at your screen, you're going to see that actual email. It is from the fraud squad. And people, this is what it reads, the caption. So people, you see the letterhead, the fraud squad at jcf.gov.jm Jamaica. To Michael Anthony Kelly, it reads, "Good morning, sender. Thank you for contacting the fraud squad. We have received your email and investigators will make contact with you as soon as possible. You are very important to us. At the bottom of that, we serve, reassure, protect, a force for good." Maybe it is sent from Sue Ann Williams, might be the lawyer of Michael Anthony Kelly. She might be the representative of the fraud squad people. Me no know. Now people, isn't it strange or ironic that this man sent emails, contact everybody, all law enforcement in Jamaica, Mocha, fraud squad, CTAC, security minister, the prime minister, the GLC, and people seems to either sweep everything under the rug, was not investigating, did not have any good word for this man, did not defend this man, none at all. If any at all, it seems as if they were in defense of the crook, the fraudster, the huckster, Tanya Crooked Walters Powell, and the GLC. Now people, the sad thing about Jamaica is this, and this is a fact. A lot of times, these popo, these law enforcement bodies or organization, their hand is tied behind them because of politics, because of corruption, because if them go against the order, the written order that is out there of corruption, they themselves might lose their job. So people, me just say, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. So therefore, these popo, sometimes they are not as corrupt as they seem. However, the forces, the bigger forces, the bigger heads, have them handcuffed, locked up. Them can't move, even if they want. And people, I am not saying that they want to. Me just say, me just give them the benefit of the doubt, not saying that that is the case. Isn't it ironic that when I did a video and speak about a class action lawsuit against all of these people, this man finally got some sorts of response. And people, in the last video that I did, I forget to mention all of these people that represent all of these bodies that have anything to do with this man's case and other 20 cases that I have. Their names will be sent to immigration in America to make sure say some sort of block is put on this man, Mr. Michael Kelly, and other 20-something persons who are mostly American, Jamaican born, American citizens. So therefore, the forces from America is coming to Jamaica to see why there is no sort of justice, why law enforcement bodies, regulatory bodies that are supposed to monitor these crooked lawyers in Jamaica is either turning a blind eye, tightly in bed with the corruption of these lawyers, stealing from their own people. And most importantly, persons that is represented by the United States, Jamaican-born U.S. citizen. They do not take it very lightly. So therefore, all of you people, GLC, Fraud Squad, Popo investigators, since you love this lady that much, since she means so much to you people, you will all go down with her. Because sooner or later, all of uno are going to lose access to going to America. All of uno body that is getting any sort of grant is going to lose such grants, meaning Jamaica on a whole, because you decide that you want to side with the side of corruption. Simple as that. If I was you, I would take heed based on conversations that I've had. People, me not talk with water in my mouth. These are facts, point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, people, we know that the takeaway rate, people losing their life in Jamaica is very high. However, there's also a next rate that is very high. It is called manslaughter. Persons losing their lives because of maniacs and JACKASSES on the streets. Such was the case of a 25 or 27-year-old firefighter. His name is Lorenzo Dawes. He was taken out on the job yesterday in a St. Anne. Based on the information, it is said that they were doing some sorts of cooling down operation on an incident. Mr. Dawes was at the back of the fire truck packing up something. There was a black vehicle driving like a mad bat out of hell, a dilly-dally cross the street. The typical idiot drivers that are on the road of Jamaica. The lady saw him acting erratic on the street, and she said she did a word of prayer for him. However, that person driving that car would end up overtaking a line of traffic, going on the opposite side, and run his vehicle into Mr. Lorenzo, push him under the fire truck, him stuck between the fire truck and the car, and pretty much crush out BURN to DEATH. I am going to let you listen to a lady that was on the scene. I am not going to show the video because it is too graphic, and then I'll give my piece.
Oh my Lord, people, is the first I've ever seen something like this happen directly in front of my eyes. I mean, I've passed accident scenes like just happened, but this is the first I'm seeing something happen straight in front of my eyes. This is coming from Ochiris heading towards the Senance Bay direction. That black Subaru was kind of drifting a little funny on the road, not speeding or anything because it was there was traffic. But by the time we got to the vicinity of Heli Tours, right there where that fire truck was parked, the car just make a swift turn to the right over to the opposite side. I thought the car was gonna pull over and stop, but me say when me hear the whoom, I am totally traumatized up to this point. And guess what? A worker for the fire truck is pinned down. Then the car catch a fire. The drivers are trying to unpin the car or take out then driving off. It is not working. Oh my Lord, let me tell you, say just seconds before, when I see this car kind of acting funny, I offered a word of prayer and I said to myself, every day you have to pray before you come out on these streets because it's not nice out there. And then all of a sudden within seconds it's happening in front of my eyes. People, be careful out there on the streets. It is, I tell you, I'm totally traumatized. But this, as I said, just happened in the vicinity of Heli Tours in Ocherius, from the Ocherius to Senance Bay direction.
Now, people, this is what happens when you have a lot of persons on the street that are fully dunce, too hype, excess adrenaline rush from blazing the car, pressing pedal to the metal. It's a bad combination. This is what happens when people make bad decision, because how are you going to overtake a line of traffic and you cannot see what is ahead of you? Only when it is too late. The impact of this man speed in his car, take out the man off him foot, pin him between the fire truck and his car. His car was stuck behind the fire truck, stuck on the fire truck. The impact, his car bust out in a FIRE. So pretty much, just to make a description, it is like a sandwich. The fire truck being the bread, the car being the next bread, and the man being the meat. Him a burn up. And isn't it sad that a fireman lose him life and get burn up right under a truck filled with water? And it seems as if persons were so panicked, them never know what to do. Them try to remove the truck off of the car. However, it was so pinned under the truck that it started to drag the man and the car with the truck. And needless to say, they tried to rush the man, the fireman. However, it was too late. He was too badly CRUSHED and BURNT. However, it is the same fireman that helped the person that caused the problem after all of this. Now, people, here is a fact with people making silly, stupid, boneheaded decision. This man went to the hospital. I am speaking about the driver of the car. He is recovering. The fireman that was doing his business, doing the right thing, working hard, lose his life because of the dumb decision of this idiot driver. He is gone. The fireman's family will now have to pick up the pieces. However, this man goes on with his life. I am sure that he's probably out of the hospital as we speak. I am sure that after a day or two, he will no longer remember what happened. And I am sure as soon as he gets a chance again, he is going to do the same thing. Or if not him, there are thousands of other jackasses on the road just like him that will not learn from this experience. People, it is sad. People like these that cause persons to lose their life when it could have easily been prevented, I think should also lose their life. I think should also get a whole lot of time to make an example. However, people, our silly system in Jamaica just allow these people to leave with a little slap on them wrists. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos straight to the point, please to show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, word to the wise. Whenever you are rising in life, there's always going to be a set of vipers. They see your potential, they realize that your ceiling is in the stratosphere. Whenever they look at themselves because of their insecurity, because of their hate, because they realize that persons appreciate them for what they pretend to be, which is not what they actually are. For them to feel as if they are up, they are going to do everything within their means to bring you down. Point blank and period.